God of my father Isaac, Lord, you told me to come back to my country and to my family. You said that you would do good to me. You've been very kind to me. You did many good things for me. First time I traveled across the Jordan River, I owned nothing, only my walking stick. But now, I own enough things to have 2 full groups. I would like for you to pray with me and pray for me on the subject this morning, when God meets us in our mess. You may be seated in the Lord. When God meets us in our mess. Have you ever messed up? Excuse me, I meant to say, have you ever really screwed up? I mean, you messed that thing up in a major way. Have you ever lied? Have you ever even stolen anything? Have you ever tricked people to get what you wanted? Have you ever manipulated a situation or people to get what really didn't belong to you? See, there are moments in life when we look back and we wish we could hit a pause button. Moments when we wish we could rewind, redo, or even delay altogether. Just delete, hit that delete button. At times when you were manipulated situations, you pushed your own agenda. Then you find yourself running from the consequences of your own choices. Oh, but thank God this morning, He will meet us in our mess. This brother, Jacob, he really lives up to his name. The name Jacob means trickster. He lived up to what folk were calling him. You know, sometimes folk will call you out your name. But Jacob was living up to his name. See, trickster wasn't just a cute nickname. It had become his identity. No, somewhat like 47 who resides on Pennsylvania Avenue. Jacob was a man who spent years scheming, deceiving, controlling. In this moment, this morning, we find Jacob when he has reached a moment when all tricks have run out. His past is running toward him in the form of his brother Esau. And Jacob, he can't run anymore. See, Jacob had been running his whole life, running from his brother Esau after he stole his blessing, fleeing from the consequences, running from the lie he told his father, looked his father straight in the face and lied to that old man. He's running from Esau's anger, and he's also running from the guilt in which he had done. You know, some of us know what it feels like to run from people whom we have hurt. Some wounds don't chase us, we carry them. Some memories don't fade, they follow us. And Jacob knew what it felt like to run from Esau. And not because Esau was the problem, but because Jacob himself had caused the pain. Many of us, we've been right there. Oh, we know what it feels like to avoid someone because we don't want to face what we did. Or we avoid the phone calls, we avoid the conversations, we avoid the family gathering, we avoid the truth. And not because we don't care, because we are ashamed of how deeply we hurt them. Jacob runs from the consequences of his own choice, and he runs to his uncle Laban for safety. Runs to someone that's familiar with deception, a man who deceived just like he did. And Lebanon, he tricked Jacob into marrying one of his daughters, Leah. And Lebanon manipulated Jacob the same way Jacob had manipulated others. You know, sometimes God lets us experience what we have done to others, not to punish us, but to teach us. We can run from people, we can run from ourselves, but we can't run from God. And it's at this point that we find our text this morning. Jacob sends his family ahead to avoid any possible danger, and he finds himself alone. Yes, alone. See, being alone with self can be humbling. Jacob was alone with his thoughts. He was alone with his fears. He was alone with his regrets. He was alone with his past. He was alone with his true self. Jacob had spent his whole life running from Esau, running from Laban, running from lies he told, running from himself. But now, in the quiet of the night, with no one left to impress, nothing left to manipulate, Jacob finally has to face the truth. The man in the mirror. Jacob has spent his entire life pointing outward. Esau was the problem. Laban was the problem. His circumstances was the problem. Everybody else was the problem. But now, long by the river, with no one left to blame, no one left to run to, Jacob is forced to confront one person that he has involved his entire life, himself. He had to look at himself, the man in the mirror. Now, I'm not talking about the mirror that shows your face. I'm talking about the mirror that shows your soul. Jacob is standing in the middle of the mess that he created, past that he can't undo. A brother he betrayed, a future he's afraid to face, a life full of consequences finally catching up to him. Oh, but thank God the story doesn't end with Jacob's mess. Jacob begins to pray. Being alone, he prays. Yeah. You can con everyone else, but you can't con God. Jacob got real. Jacob says, I'm unworthy. I'm unworthy of all your kindness, your faithfulness that you have shown toward me. You've been very kind to me. You did many good things for me. See, Jacob realized it was God and God alone that had blessed him. It was God that had taken care of him. And if we're honest with ourselves, God has been good to us in spite of our mess. In spite of me, God has kept me. And if we're honest with self, we're not worthy enough to gather the crumbs under his table. Oh, but thank God this morning, his property is to always have mercy. God of another chance. He shows mercy to whomever he pleases. We serve a God who will meet us in our mess. Not after we clean it up, not after we fix ourselves, not after we get ourselves together, not after we pretend it's okay. God will meet us in the middle of the chaos that we created, and he'll show us mercy. See, mercy is not God's last response. It's his first response. When we fall, mercy lifts us up. When we fail, mercy restores us. When we run, mercy follows us. When we break, mercy rebuilds us. Jacob didn't find mercy because he was perfect. Jacob found mercy because God is merciful. And as we prepare to commune with God, this first Sunday, reflect over your life, not with shame, but with gratitude. Because if we're honest, you can see places where you should have fallen, but mercy caught you. You see moments when you should have lost your mind, but mercy held you together. Mercy kept you when you didn't deserve it. Mercy covered you when you didn't even ask for it. Mercy protected you from dangers you didn't see. Mercy blocked things that were meant to destroy you. Mercy opened up doors you wasn't qualified to walk through. Mercy forgave sins you thought unforgivable. You're here today, not because you're perfect, not because you always made the right choices, but because of mercy. Borrowing a page from the Mississippi Mass Choir, your grace and mercy brought me through. I'm living this moment because of you. I want to thank you and praise you too. Your grace, your mercy brought me through.